We can do better than this, Mumbai.
Very much
Good morning. Excellent.
Welcome to the Thai Global Summit in Mumbai.
My name is Akanksha, and this is Sean Griffin, all the way from Washington. And sorry you have to bear with us for the next 2 days. So, yeah.
I think we're going to be a highlight, actually, don't you?
I hope so. They'll tell us, right? You'll give us the feedback. And since we're running a little behind time for, with a few minutes, without any ado, let's begin with lighting of the lamp. And yeah.
We'd like to invite Anand, Desai, from DSK Legal, also with Mumbai Thai, and then Suhas Patel, who is founder of Thai Global and outgoing chairman.
I also want to invite Nitin Rai, President Thai Global. Please give them a big round of applause. And Honorable Mr. Dirk Weiss, who's come all the way from Germany. Sir. Thank you.
We'd also like to call Mr. Mahanti from MAS. Thank you.
Yep, and the global board members of Thai, are you here? Everyone who's here from the global team, please.
And the Mumbai board members, thank you. Can we get everybody to step up here, please, so we can get a group photo, not behind the chairs? Don't be shy. Akanksha, do you notice anything missing from this illustrious group here?
I think we got them.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No women?
There is some.
Oh, okay. We got one. Good. Yay!
Yeah, so we should please go ahead with lighting of the lamp, please. Please. So a quick welcome address and yeah.
Welcome, all of you. We have an exciting Thai Global Summit. This is our second one, and I want to thank all of you who have taken trouble to come here, and I am absolutely sure you're going to have great time and great networking. And I want to thank all the speakers who have come from all over the world. Also, we have charter members who have taken trouble to come also from all over the world. Okay? And then this conference would not have been possible without the support of our sponsors who have generously given us the money. Well, we have two grand sponsors. One is Lemonson Foundation. We thank them. And we have KPMG. So I point out to them that because they establish the leadership, and that's what it takes to have the rest of the funds to put up a conference like that. Now, Anand, is a co-chair with me, and he did all the work, and I get to come and welcome you. So here's Anand, who will also welcome.
Good morning, and thank you. Good morning and welcome. I did not do all the work. We had a lot of support from so many people, and I'm particularly grateful to the Thai Global Board, the Mumbai Board, Minister Weiss for being here with us, and thank you, Dr. Steinrucker, for arranging the whole thing. I think it was a fantastic interaction to see how we can work together with other countries, Germany being one. We have speakers from so many countries here. And I just think this whole spirit of creating opportunities, innovation, jobs, and leadership is a fantastic way to meet and discuss things. We're also happy to have from MAS Mr. Sapnendu Mohanty, who has come all the way from Singapore. We have people from the US, UK, and many, many other places. I'd like to just introduce Mr. Nitin Rai, the current global chairman, to say a couple of words, and then we'll get on with the program. Thank you again for being here.
I don't know if this is... It is? Okay. Thank you, Anand. Thank you, Suhas. Good morning, everybody. Namaste, Sat Sri Akal. My name is Nitin Rai. I'm the new chair of Thai Global. I'm really excited to be here. It's been, the last 4 weeks have been a bit crazy, but I want to start with thanking Naveen Raju and his team in Thai Mumbai. Please give them a big applause. And Vijay Menon and Mohini from Thai Global in Silicon Valley. These guys have been working really hard. The team from Thai Delhi, Geetika and her team, this has been a great collaborative effort to bring this conference together. I'm really excited to be here. I think we're going to be going live with our keynote speaker, and I got to... All right. So our keynote speaker is the esteemed venture capitalist Tim Draper of Draper Associates. He's going to be coming in live from Silicon Valley. Do we have him live? Still? Oh, we're 5 minutes early. Okay, so I'll speak some more. We're following a schedule. I guess we're early, right? I think, one of the things that I'm really excited about this conference is that this is our second conference. We had a conference in Delhi 2 years ago. And what Thai Global Summit means to a lot of us is the entire community around the world coming together. And, a lot of our chapters have their own ThaiCons every year, but they're more of for their own cities and their own communities. This particular event is really a flagship event for us all to come together to India and also let a lot of the charter members that are in India and members that are in India to come together at one place without having to fly to the US. So this conference, it has got speakers. There's a lot of interesting stuff they're going to be talking about today around Bitcoin, blockchain, social entrepreneurship, youth, angel investment. We're going to have a wide coverage of different topics. There's going to be a great panel on VR. If you're here, you better watch that. There's some really cool stuff that's going to be shown. So, I'm really excited to, showcase all of this in the next 2 days. Let me start talking about Tim Draper for a minute. Tim founded Draper Associates in July of 1985, which, when joined by John Fisher and Steve Jurvetson, became the venture firm Draper, Fisher, Jurvetson, now DFJ. How many guys know about DFJ? Everybody knows. Hotmail. That was their first company that I remember. So they've made investments in Skype, Hotmail, Tesla, Baidu, Theranos, Overture, and many, many others. With Draper Associates, which I think he's just launched that a new fund around that. They've had investments in Twitch TV, YeePay, Indiegogo, DocuSign, Parametric Technology, AngelList. The Draper Venture Network is a global network of venture funds who work together to improve services to entrepreneurs, covering 30 cities around the world. He's been listed number 46 of the most outstanding Harvard alumni, number 7 on the Forbes Midas list, number 1 most networked venture capitalist by Always On, and number 98 on the 2014 Worth Magazine 100 Most Powerful People in Finance. And now Tim has taken on the challenge of Bitcoin, and that's going to be the theme of his keynote today. And Bitcoin to me today is what internet was in 1994. So we're excited to hear Tim's thought on the future of Bitcoin. Another most amazing fact about Tim Draper is that the entire Draper family is involved with TIE. They're embedded in TIE. They've been supporting TIE since the founding of TIE in 1992. His father, Bill Sr., was one of the first charter members. He also launched one of the first venture funds in India. His 3 children, amazing kids, have been also VCs, and they've been speaking at various TIEcons in the United States. So I'm really, really excited to welcome Tim as our grand note speaker today. Tim Draper.
Well, it's a great. Oh, are you ready?
We're ready.
Okay, great. It's a great honor to be here. I'm going to go around and get you guys have been so good all the way through. How is the audio? I'm getting a little.
We're having trouble with the audio.
Okay, maybe I can turn off. I'll turn my speaker. How's that?
It's better.
Okay. Terrific. How's this? Is that good?
Still a bit problematic. Too loud.
It's too loud?
Now it's good.
You want me to? Oh, okay. You want me to just talk like this?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Well, look, it's a great honor to be speaking to TIE Global Summit. TIE organization has been so good to me and my family. My dad was the first venture capitalist in India. He has always loved working with India, building Indian entrepreneurs, and helping create a wonderful ecosystem there. So that's terrific. The other thing that I wanted to mention is that I am going to be in India in about 2 weeks, and so I'm looking forward to seeing some of the great entrepreneurs from India, and I hope we get a chance to do that. I work with Bloom Ventures there in India, and so if you guys are out starting a business, go connect with Bloom, and maybe we can kind of work together. So those are great. The other thing that I want to mention, and I don't know if it was in the introduction, that I, with father and my daughter, created a TV show that's called Meet the Drapers, and it's kind of like a nicer Shark Tank, but that the viewers can invest. And the reason I mention it is, first, that I think it's really fun, but also that we're working with the Sony network, and the first season just for the Sony Indian diaspora who are in the United States, but they think it's a hit, and so they are going to move it to 150 countries for our next season. And for our third season, it will be all over India.
Wow.
I know the Sony network is a huge thing in India, so we're really thrilled. So stay tuned. Probably within a year, we'll have the Meet the Draper show on the Sony network there. So here's what I really wanted to talk about. I want to talk about, I also want to pitch my book. You can get it on Amazon, and every once in a while we give it for free. It's called The Startup Hero, How to Be the Startup Hero. And so go on Amazon, and you can wait every 90 days or so. We do a free period, but anyway, it's $9.99. Okay, enough of my advertising. So here's what I want to talk about. And this is a global summit. The world is changing in an unbelievably dynamic way. And governments are now going to have to compete for you, for me, and for all the entrepreneurs and all the money in the world. And there is a reason for that. And let me take you through my thinking. Way back when I got involved with Bitcoin, and I watched as my Bitcoin disappeared, or was disappeared, into the Mt. Gox debacle. And I thought, when the biggest exchange of Bitcoin, that trade maybe 60% of all Bitcoin, suddenly is found disappearing or stealing all of the Bitcoin that they're trading, would think that that was the end of this new magical digital currency. But no. The price of the currency after the Mt. Gox debacle hit the press. It dropped by about 15%, almost nothing, in a typical day in Bitcoin land. And I realized right there that we were onto something really big, because people really needed this new currency that transcended borders, that was open to everyone, was distributed, and was governed by a trusted third party that didn't include a bricks and mortar bank or people. The only people it uses are all the miners, and they're all working there for their self-interest. And my camera just went flat.
You didn't need to touch it, actually, because there's a reason why.
Are we good?
Yeah, we lost your video.
Are we good? Yes?
We're here. We just lost your video for a minute. I think we're going to log back into the laptop. Just 1 second. Okay, there you go. All right. We're here. We're back again.
Okay, did you catch all that stuff about Bitcoin?
A little bit.
Okay. So Bitcoin is this extraordinary new vehicle that we can all, that the whole world can use for a currency. Are you hearing this?
Yes, this is good.
Okay. And the whole world can use it for a currency. And even Mt. Gox didn't take down this new technology. So I knew that we were onto something. I knew that there were going to be people out there that really needed this technology, and they were really excited about it. And they didn't care, even if 60% of the into zero, they didn't care.
Tim, we lost your audio again. Just start speaking again.
Okay.
We're back. We're back.
It's on your end, right?
Yeah, it is on our end. You keep going.
Internet access here.
Yeah.
There, I'll make it a little.
Yeah. It's good.
So governments now, something. Control us because they all have these currencies that are allowing allowing them to. But Bitcoin, here it is on my tie, is making it so that we can create government. We take it.
Okay, we lost you again, Tim.
And I can pull down my Bitcoin as though I haven't missed a beat. Take rupees out of India without having a real trouble trying to translate them into some other currency. And if the rupee collapses, as it has, and as any other currencies, the Argentinian peso, the Nigerian naira, those currencies collapse regularly. Well, if people have those currencies, then it's likely that they're going to lose their fortunes over time when the government does something and their currency is subject to the political whims of the government. Well, now we have currency that will stay solid globally. And we can go wherever we want, and we can talk to, and we can move to another country. We can stay in the country that seems to be collapsing, and we can still pull down our Bitcoin. So if you put that together with one other thing, and that is the fact that we can now on this blockchain keep perfect record, do smart contracts, and keep track of people. We can redistribute money. We can handle all of these things. We can basically do all the virtual part that a government does. So now governments are kind of two parts. There's one that's the local part that says here's where the traffic lights have to go, and here's where we're going to allow you to build this and that, and here's why you can't do this because of your neighbor. And then there's the virtual part. It's historically done by federal governments. Well, that virtual part can easily be done. We can end up with much better service by using Bitcoin and the blockchain. We can have all of our contracts done this way. We can have all of our accounting done this way. We can pay our taxes this way. There can be a redistribution of income. You don't need Social Security. You don't need welfare. You don't need workman's compensation. You don't need health insurance. All those things can be managed much, much better, much more fairly, honestly, and straightforwardly on blockchain with it. So suddenly we have this new tool that does a better job of governing than any government ever has. And I know in India, the government has so many little tentacles, so many little rules here and there and all over, and corruption, which seems to be coming to an end, hopefully. But now you've got the blockchain. You can actually manage your government completely honestly, completely fairly, and everybody can be treated exactly the same way. And this is a major breakthrough in governance. And so one of the things I'm very interested in are companies that are using the blockchain, using Bitcoin to improve governance. And so I'm hoping that some of you entrepreneurs out there, my video froze. Did I freeze?
Oh,
You still hear me?
We can still hear you, so keep going.
Okay. So this is a major opportunity for entrepreneurs. They can dominate and change the whole nature of how a government goes and works. They can take over healthcare insurance. They can take over how welfare and Social Security and workmen's compensation have been handled. And politics disappear. And so do the political whims of some government or another. And this is a great opportunity for good governments to succeed.
Tim, we lost you.
Good governments. So I was in the Estonian Prime Minister came to Draper University, and he said just by using digital signatures, 2% of our GDP. And I thought, wow, 2% of the GDP can be an enormous number. And then I thought, wait a second. That means that just by digitizing things, we can get more efficient. And then he said, yeah, and now we have this digital identity, and you are now a resident of Estonia. And I got all excited. He gave me a card, and he said, you're a virtual resident. So suddenly I realized there is a government there that's already starting to think about providing virtual government outside the borders of the country. And so there will be, my belief is there will be multiple governments, the more effective and efficient of them will provide extraordinary service. And we will start saying, hey, wait, I don't need my health care insurance done by the U.S. government. I can have it done on the blockchain with these extraordinary people who have created this competitive environment in virtual space. And as a venture capitalist, here's what I'm always looking for. I'm always looking for an industry that provides bad service at a high cost. And so whenever I see bad service at a high cost, I know people operating with an oligopoly or a monopoly situation where they feel they can provide whatever service they want for a bad, and we all have to come and take advantage of it. Hey, are you guys still hearing me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, great. Because the view of you guys disappeared, but I don't. That's fine. I'll just keep talking. So if there's an industry that provides bad service at a high cost, I know that there's an oligopoly behind it. So I think about what industries provide a bad service at a high cost. Okay, the drug industry. They have big pharma, and it's a small group of companies, and they pretty much control what gets out there. They have a tight relationship with the U.S. government. the FDA, and it costs $1 billion to create a new drug. And so no startup can ever challenge them. They own this market. And so there are all sorts of opportunities in healthcare to provide a new kind of service. And I think the blockchain and Bitcoin also provide a great opportunity there because it keeps a perfect record. So I'm looking for companies that are saying, hey, I'm going to tie the patient to the blockchain, and then I'm going to provide all the patient record around that patient in the blockchain. And then we're going to keep track of that patient, and then and we'll know what the blood tests look like, what the blood type is, we'll know what the genome is, we're going to know all these things, we're going to know your Fitbit results, everything, it's all going to be on the blockchain. And then you, as a patient, can take it to whatever doctor you want. And then the data from that can be compared with all the data from all the other patients out there. And then we can keep track of things like, oh, well, if I took this drug for this problem and I'm this genetic type, then other people with this genetic type, and I had a bad reaction, other people with this genetic type will also potentially have that bad reaction. And so we can apply the blockchain to healthcare, and then we can apply artificial intelligence to figure out what is the appropriate drug or medical treatment for this patient with this kind of a disease. So that's healthcare. Insurance requires a real overhaul because there are very few insurance companies out there that all have a very tight relationship with the government, with the insurance people in each state, and they're wide open. I mean, imagine this: you have a car accident, and the blockchain hears about it or watches it on the video that comes from the satellite, and your money for your insurance shows up right away, like immediately. It says, you just crashed your car, here's the money from your insurance. I think that kind of thing could happen in insurance. In real estate, they still fight over who owns what land, and there are title issues and all that. All that can be done on the blockchain. Once it's on the blockchain, everybody's going to know who owns that land, who owns that house, how, that apartment. The blockchain can handle all of that. And so, and in finance, what am I saying? In finance, bad service at a high cost. Everything from banking to investment banking to money management to venture capital. So I might as well pick on my own industry. We provide bad service at a high cost, and the investor, the bank account holder, the people who put their wealth with wealth managers, they are all at the mercy of this oligopoly that provides bad service at a high cost. So now, along with Bitcoin and the blockchain, there are now ICOs. There are new ways of raising money. People can do their business with Bitcoin completely, where they keep. I'm actually looking forward to the day I can take Bitcoin as an investor. I invest the Bitcoin. It then goes in Bitcoin into the hands of the entrepreneur. And then the entrepreneur puts Bitcoin, it pays all of his or her employees with Bitcoin and pays all the suppliers with Bitcoin. What that does is suddenly you have your entire accounting for your entire company up on the blockchain, completely transparent for everyone to see, and you didn't have to pay a single accountant or a single lawyer to make that happen. This is amazing time. We have the hugest opportunity, and I love Ty because you're full of entrepreneurs with great ideas and great ways to make the future better. And I'm thrilled to be able to speak to you, and I hope the technology allowed you to hear at least some of what I said. And with that, I will either open it up for questions or I'll get the hook.
Well, thank you, Tim. Great, inspiring keynote. We have time for questions, and I'm going to invite Robin Jones Maloney, who is Chief Operating Officer of Public Market, a startup out of San Francisco and Portland that's doing exactly what you just talked about. So over to Robin.
Oh, great.
How you doing? Okay, great.
Which one? Which one? Is it going after the government, going after insurance,
We're going after
health,
e-commerce monopoly.
Money.
Yeah, we're going after the e-commerce monopoly. So.
Oh, terrific. Oh, going after Amazon.
You said it, I didn't. Excellent. Well, hey, thank you so much for spending the time. I know it's late for you.
Oh, by the way, I got the first spam, speaking of e-commerce, I got a spam, and the spam said, buy a boat, 100 Bitcoin. And it shows me the big boat. And then buy this house, beautiful house, 1,000 Bitcoin. And then it says, buy this car, 10 Bitcoin, beautiful car. And I thought, well, wait. And then I realized it's only selling in Bitcoin. They are only selling their products in Bitcoin. There was no dollar or rupee or anything else. It was just Bitcoin. So e-commerce, go for it.
Well, thanks. I'm glad to hear that I have an endorsement there. That's fantastic. A lot of the folks that are here in our audience today, Tim, are angel investors or seed investors, and I think many of them are crypto curious, very interested in the ICO market, interested in the innovation that's happening in blockchain, and I thought...
Okay, what's the question?
No one better than you to give sort of the crypto investing 101 to this group of people and how it differs from venture capital that they're much more familiar with.
Okay, I will give you a couple of things. One is I'm making two circles here. There are now two pies. In fact, three that you have to keep track of. One is the pie of ownership in the company. One is the pie of dollars that you receive from an ICO. And one is the pie of the cryptocurrency that you received in the ICO or that you've created in the ICO. You now have three pies to negotiate. Make sure that you're negotiating them well. Okay, so that's number one. Number two is, if you're going to back an ICO, I want you to do this. It's different from a company. In some ways, it's just the same. You want to back really good people who are doing really great things and have great inspirations. That's a great thing to do. But the thing you've got to look for is this a movement? Are they creating a movement? Is there a reason for this coin to exist, or will it just be enveloped by Bitcoin? Because Bitcoin's going to be sort of eating various technologies. People said, oh, Bitcoin's not fast enough. And then the Lightning Network showed up and used all the most valuable technologies to make Bitcoin extremely fast. And then it's too expensive. And now it's dropped very significantly. Every exchange is now in the $2 to $3 range, where it used to be $50 per trade. So a lot of things will just be gobbled up by Bitcoin. So if you're going to bet on crypto, it's not Bitcoin. There are a lot of good companies that are building the infrastructure around Bitcoin. Coinbase, there's one in India, I've forgotten what it's called, but the great guy, and we didn't back him, but he's a great guy. And so you're looking for a movement in the ICO world, because the value of a coin is tied to the size of its network. So Bitcoin's got this huge network, and it keeps growing as more wallets come in. And people say, well, is it going up or down? Well, as long as the network's growing, it's going up. And if you've got, but if you've got a new coin, make sure that there's a natural network to evolve from that coin, and make it feel like a sociological transformation. It's like we're changing government, or we're changing the way people think about something, whatever it is, or we're changing e-commerce, or we're changing, but then make sure that you have a coin that is distinct and people will want to use it and they'll buy it.
5 minutes.
And if you can answer all those questions, then maybe you're on something.
That's a great segue actually into my next question for you, Tim. So there's the concept of utility tokens and then securities in the space of cryptocurrency and the blockchain. It sounds to me like your investment thesis leans more in the utility token realm, but maybe you can speak a little bit about the differences between utilities and securities in this space?
Sure. The definition is really one that people use to make sure that if it's a utility token, it's not regulated as a security. And the SEC is trying to make this dance between, like, I want to regulate everybody, but I want innovation in my country. And so people are kind of saying, oh, utility, or is it a security? Well, I believe that most of them are going to be utility tokens, but the SEC says most of them, or almost all of them, are securities. The SEC wins in those arguments. So you've got to sort of assume that these are going to be securities. Securities mean that if you invest, you're expecting to get some sort of return. Now, coins are really something you spend and buy. And that would make them more utility tokens. But if those coins mean something like ownership in a company, or will get paid dividends, or are tied to an asset or something, then they are securities and will be treated as securities. Now, here's what I'm hoping that the SEC and all the SECs out there do. I think that what they need to do is say, okay, these are all of this group are securities, but this is not like taking a company public. An IPO is done when a company's worth tens of billions of dollars, and it has a very grizzled CFO in the company, and the company's been doing great revenue for a long time, worked with many accountants and lawyers over the years, knows exactly what they're doing in going public, and is willing to fill out all of those ridiculous forms that they have for you. Well, an ICO is very different. It's two guys and a dog, or a girl and a guy and a llama. And they're all saying, hey, we're getting this thing going. So if you're the SEC, you create a form that is 1 page long, that doesn't require a whole bunch of legal work or whatever. It's just, hey, I'm registering, I'm here. I want to let you know I'm here. It's going to be legitimate, and this is the way we're going to operate. I think that would be a real breakthrough. Now I'm going to get a little into competitive governance here. Japan said, China said, Bitcoin's illegal. We're shutting it all down. No ICOs, no nothing. We're shutting it all down. That guy's a control freak, and he's got to change his ways. And then Japan, right after that, says, oh, Bitcoin is a national currency here. So now you have the yen and you have Bitcoin, and it's a national currency, and we accept ICOs, and here's how we regulate them. They're very light touch regulation, and we encourage you to come here. So what happens? All the great entrepreneurs in China say, I'm going to Japan. And then Korea, South Korea, which is supposed to be the free part of Korea, follows China's lead and says, no Bitcoin here, no ICOs. South Korea, though, is a democracy. And South Korea, the people, the representatives of South Korea got 200,000 letters from all the people who said, what the heck are you doing? You're the free part of Korea. Why are you acting like China or North Korea? What are you thinking? We have one of the biggest crypto currencies, crypto economies here, ecosystems here, and like 40% of all of Korea has a wallet. What are you doing? And Korea backed off. The government of Korea went, oh, never mind, we're okay. And we allow Bitcoin and ICOs, and we're going to go ahead with it. The reason I'm using those as examples is governments now are going to start recognizing that they're in competition for us. They're in competition for the entrepreneurs of the world, the money of the world, and they're going to have to shape up, and they're going to have to turn from buy side to sell side. They're going to have to sell us on why we should run our businesses, create our cryptocurrencies there instead of in another country. And so, and some little governments are saying, hey, big opportunity. If I'm Singapore or Cayman or Gibraltar or Estonia, I'm going, hey, we've got a solution for you. This is going to be awesome. And so this is really interesting. And India has a big opportunity here. India could say, we are accepting Bitcoin as national currency. We're going to accept ICOs. And when we do, everybody's going to want to come here. And we're going to be the next great country of the world because we're allowing freedom. You know, have you noticed that wherever there's freedom, there's a wealthy country? You get freedom, you put freedom in there, and then there's prosperity. And whenever you put controls and regulations and corruption in there, you have a poor country. And so if you want a rich country, you make it a free country.
Tim,
and you don't give special rules to one group or another. Okay,
that's
go
great.
on.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That was actually a really great note for us to end on. And
sorry, we got to just interrupt here because the time's up and we have the next speaker here.
We would keep you here, but you have to get to bed. So
thank
you
Tim.
so much.
Thank you so much.
We really appreciate it.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing India again. I haven't been there for 5 years.
Right.
I can't wait, and I look forward to seeing as many of you as I can while I'm there.
Excellent.
Thanks
Thank you,
so
Tim.
much. Thanks for the opportunity. Oh, God.